Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome back to Wandering Monolith. I have made a deck. Oh wait, no I didn't, it didn't. What? Why did you not save my deck? We're going to create a new deck. It didn't save my deck. But we can make one, we can remake it. We're actually going to go with 3 towers. We're going to do Shard Tower, we're going to do Soul Lantern, we're going to do Hourglass. We're going to go with things that do not have negative effects, which means that we want to start with the Soul Lantern and stuff like that. Which means we actually want to increase Soul Lantern gains a 10% chance to instantly apply a damage over time status effect on the enemies while applying a critical strike. We're definitely taking that. It's additional critical strike per tower height. Yes, please. And if Monolith slot, we don't care about that one. Damage over time. So it gets 1 damage per any other Soul Lantern in range. So they basically stack with each other. Cooldown is reduced by 0.5% for each time the Monolith loses integrity. That might actually be able to stack up pretty nicely. But we're going to go like this with those. That puts us at 10 cards. We're only going to go 10 cards for the Oblivion and the Soul Lantern because they're kind of our big dogs. But in the end, I think Soul Lantern and Oblivion Guest are going to be our big dogs, but Shard Tower is going to get all the bonuses. I don't know what Spreading Sands is, but we're going to take it. Activates other towers of the same type and range by 3%. Okay, we'll take that. We don't want any of them with the negative red, so we just go ahead and skip all those. That's not exactly much of an improvement to them. We could go for a range increase, but we can reduce their damage if we go that way. I don't necessarily want to do that. If we need more cards, that's the route we will go. We're, of course, going to take better crit chance. We're going to take Celestial Damage, which is a card we haven't seen before. Small shards that deal 10% of the main attack damage is Celestial Damage every 3 seconds. And we're also going to take some Abyss, some Oblivion, because those do not have negative effects. So that's always nice. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some Charge Crystals, I think. Shard Tower gains 0.25 damage per tower in range. Shard Tower gains 0.25 damage per tower range. Projectile speed is increased by 50%. Yes. We're going to go ahead and increase range as well. Probably. There's the range. There's the speed and targets. We don't actually care about that one. And for each... Okay, we can do that next to Soul Stones. And Shard Tower gains 5 damage per tower level. Yes. 0.5, sorry. And attack cooldown is reduced by 2% for each tower level. Yes. So we're up to 35. Deals additional 25% damage to targets that have full health. Yes. We don't want to have ones that restrict them from having other things in range, because they're going to be long range. I think we already had one that was like critical chance plus. We're going to take the duplication error. I think we might have already taken, yeah, there it is, 5% for each of those. And additional splash damage within a radius, that's nice. So we're up to 42, so we can actually take out 2 cards, which is a bit better than what I wanted. Broken Radiance, we want Time Loops, yes, Spreading Sands. I don't know what Spreading Sands are, but it says base range multiplier for the Oblivion Hourglass from the Scattered Sands upgrade is increased by 20%. I don't know what that is. Or find out. So what do we want to cut out? We're going to go ahead and take Spectral Shards. And Void Shards. Maybe we go ahead and get rid of the high ground one. Although crit chance with the dot thing seems like it would be a good one. We're gonna get rid of Broken Radiance. That's an easy pick to get rid of. Why does it still say 45 down there? We got rid of 3. Yeah, those still count against it, I guess? I don't know. So we'll go back with this one. That's our new deck. It's got 45 in it, supposedly. I just don't know how we can get rid of 5 whenever it's not actually decreasing them. I think that should be fine. Let's go ahead and start invasion. We're actually going to do it up to complexity, to skirmish. We don't have a way to increase the difficulty yet, but skirmish impacts how many different elements and abilities will be selected for the next defender. So basically, this makes them easy. This makes them have more options, average, and they're armored, and then they start getting fast. And they spawn additional enemies on death, whereas on this one, it's just kind of like a normal one. So we're going to start invasion. We're probably going to lose this one, despite us building a better deck. Oh, and we start with a tower next to us. Lovely. I like that. Well, we're going to start with shard towers. Why? Because shard towers are awesome. We're going to grab one of these and just set it up there for a nice little AoE here at the end. And there we go. Let's see. What do we want to do? Duplication error, I think? Shard tower has a 10% chance that small shards' attack cooldown will be reduced by 50% after each attack. And we have duplication error 3 times. Actually, haste up seems like the better pick. Mainly because we'll start shooting faster. And that is the maximum we can get from that one. So I think we do just go ahead. We'll drop you up there. And continue on and just kind of save our money. And as those level up, they'll be able to kill things faster. On our little tail end of things, at least. I don't know what Spreading Sands does yet. 10% chance to instantly apply a spectral dot damage on one enemy while dealing critical strikes. I think we're going to go for burst with these. Shatter +1. And just keep building out. Oh, we need to build some down there. That sucks. You're going to be an AoE. As we get shard towers, I'm going to build them off of... Probably off of these, actually, now that I think about it. Critical strike per tower height? Yes. That's that whole thing's purpose. And we go... Yeah, since we have things that actually augment off of being adjacent to soulstones, those seem like a good pick. Surprisingly, I'm really surprised we didn't get a fork before then. So we have a nice little hook here that we can have a lot of power in this area for. And we should be able to take out all of these with our 2 AoE towers. Nice. But yeah, they are our only AoE option. We're going to go ahead and grab this. Just to give it the ability to do a little bit more. Okay, that one is in range. I think we go like that. And we get another one of you there, because we take advantages of them being close in together. So we're going to go this way first. I think our next one is an Oblivion Hourglass next to this, just to get some more slow right here, so they can do a little bit more poking. And there's our nice little levels up. Dang, we are not doing bad. Let's drop a slow... Okay, void damage. Shoot small shards that deal 10% of main attack damage as void damage every 3 seconds. Yes. A little bit more damage, always welcome, especially considering I think their base damage is only 6. So shards that do 3 in addition to that is a 50% damage upgrade. Okay. And you... Go ahead and go there. That way we're getting more souls from that. More money, more better. That is pretty much how it goes. I will eventually start branching one of these off too. Hopefully that goes to the right. I think our first mid-range, yeah, this one is going to go here. But I'm going to go ahead and get these set up first. Because I'm hoping to get more forks down there. So now we have Celestial and Void on those. They're doing a Void Shard. They should be doing one of each, if I had to take a wild guess. We'll go ahead and get another one coming off here. There's a nice split. Yay. I'm mildly sad that we can't really do anything with this. We don't have long enough range towers to really build off of this one any further. Kind of keeping things back nicely. And these can proc the other towers around it. So as they're going off, these will shoot more. We're going to go with time loops. Why not? Okay, this one goes that way. Ooh, that's a good spot. Of course, that one cannot be linked to anything. Which kind of sucks for us a little bit. Yeah, I think we may have set up a fairly decent deck here, even though we went into the higher difficulty encounter. I think this might still be 4 the best. Or even possibly 5 the best. Oh, wait, there's one there. Oh, let's go for... and a Spectral. See what that looks like on here. Yeah, I'm not sure... oh, we have all kinds of things. Okay, so that's 1, 1, and 1. That deals Void, that deals Celestial, that deals Spectral. So it's going to be a chance of shooting any of those, which is nice. You go ahead and grab that. You grab that. That'll hit all of that spot there at least. And we connect that in, and it should start corrupting all of this too. I think there is probably advantages to building up the corruption here, but at the same time, there is the disadvantage of, hey, guess what? You can't heal from anything in there anymore. Like, we can delete these for free. Which is fine by me, but still a little bit meh. Move that, drop you out. And now we can start setting up defenses over here as well. We're going to set up another one of the Void Towers. Let's go for... the small shard attack cooldown will be reduced by 50% after each attack. I think we're going for time loops, though. More shots, more better. Dar. And yeah, you come over here, and that should be enough. Okay, that's actually another branch. That's really good. Kind of surprised we're not seeing more enemies. Go ahead and set up more of these up there just so they can potentially proc all the attacks from these more often. Yeah, we've taken time loops. Oblivion Hourglass has a chance to activate other towers of the same type in range. So basically it has a chance to proc each one of these each time it goes off, which is kind of nice. So basically we can set up just some massive chains of slow towers just setting each other off. Is that going to go down? I don't know. I don't think it will. No, it's gonna. We got enough. And then we have a bunch of trash to deal with. That's not bad. I do wish there was an advantage for killing those guys. And yes, we go for a little bit of bonus range. Now the question is... do I continue extending out that way, or do I start one of these? We currently have a lot of investment in that path, because all of these don't ever touch up there. I think we continue going out this way. And we want most progress on you. Least health. That way it can help out over here. We have 2 towers there. I think we go for a slow. Can't do anything with that. I don't see any other towers anywhere. I don't see them being able to do much to actually get by us. We could set up a tower there. Now that we have this path coming through. We're heavily investing in this, I guess. That means we need to stick to these two paths. Unlike some other tower defenses we've done recently, they don't join back up. Things like, I just completely forgot the name of it. The other rogue tower game we were playing recently. Nordhold. We'll actually have them join back up. This one will not. Oh, yeah, we're going to go for time loops 3, just because we can. And you go that way. Okay, that's going to branch off to the right. That's not as good as I hoped. We're going to drop you there to get a little bit of a punch. And we're actually going to probably set a second one right there. And then we'll set up some of these next to it. It doesn't look like the stuff up here is really standing much of a chance of getting through yet. It's getting close. It's getting up to kind of like close to the danger zone, but not quite. I kind of need to set up like a chain reaction of those as well, now that I think about it. We do have this one that we could build off of. Why didn't I build off of that one before? Might have intended to. Next one. You know, we're going to start taking those and see if that actually increases our range at all. I'm not seeing any. Ooh, that's not bad. Yeah, we'll go with that there. I was debating whether to get another one down here. It is very tempting, but this actually starts hitting our further along enemies. Which is a little bit of a threat because we still have those 2 slots there we do need to take care of. This one seems to be pretty well taken care of, and anything down here seems to get completely chewed apart before it even gets up to our kill box. Post progress. Health. And we are corrupting things. I think keeping it tight like this will get us a higher corruption percent. I don't know if that adds to our drops or not, though. We need 345 for that. I think we will go ahead and put a second one here. Because that should hit over to this spot. It does not. So guess who's going there? Get out of my way. Oh. Yeah, we'll do another splash. So you go there. Which one are you connected to? You are connected to those. You are connected to those. So that is a start. I think we are going to go this way and hopefully... Yeah, we're going to just keep going up next to the tower over here. Maybe we can loop around and actually have these have another one. Highly doubt it. We've got a very compact map so far. I do like the water, oddly enough. I don't know why. It's just cathartic. And there is distance audio. So we get down here and this it's a little bit louder than if we're further away. There's a nice little touch that isn't always necessary. If that makes sense. Just something I enjoy. And yes, I am hydrating while doing this because we just got done streaming about a couple hours ago. Because yes, I do stream, but I generally stream the games that take multiple sessions to cover. Generally, there are exceptions. And I do standalone videos of the ones that generally are going to take an hour, 2 hours, give or take, to cover. If that makes sense. Okay, so that one's mostly going to be, yeah, it's not going to do too much out here. We're going to have a couple of units possibly get pelted by it, but it's more resources. I always need more resources. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Scattered Sands. Oh, wait, that was the skill we were wondering about. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, we have Scattered Sands. Increases by 40%, then divided by the number of hourglasses built. And this one increases the bonus of it by 20%. So it's up to 60% range increase. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and throw you there. Just so we get, I think, the max out of that, and then we'll start building off of these. Because we're going to start getting a decent amount of resources, I think. So these can add some dots. And we'll eventually maybe get some kind of bonus for them so they can drop a little bit more pain on people faster. But we'll see how that works out in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and put probably one here as well. We might actually just put shard towers off of that. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're fine so far. I am mostly worried about these two starting to get some kind of like crazy damage buff or something like that, or crazy amount of durability added, and that just completely borking us over. That would be a bad time. A bad time indeed. And this is the one that the boss will come out whenever it's his turn. It's still a whiles off. We'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the audio just a little bit. I have to be careful with that because audio sliders in games like this is very sensitive. Especially whenever I have trouble hearing it because my headphone thing is dying on me. So I usually hear it all, but sometimes if I wiggle the audio slider controller thing, it'll actually just go silent. Shard tower, those adjacent, 0.5 damage per tower level. Yes. They're going to get stronger. So they are all a bit more. Looks like they are doing 2, 2, and 2, which is fine. Okay, so everything's wanting to turn that way. That's fine. We don't want to get the paths too long, I don't think. Otherwise, we're just going to be here waiting forever. I'll bump that up to 2 times speed. Drop you out. Do I need to bother setting targets? Generally speaking, no. But having a little bit of targeting priority, like with that one on the super high hill, does help out. We're going to go ahead and do a Shatter 3, which gives them even more sploosh damage. Sploosh damage. Okay, so there's another slow there. We're going to activate that tower. I think we only have one more slot on that one we can do anything with. We have one more slot there. That one we can't do anything with. I'm not seeing... Oh, there's another one there. There's a couple over here. But I don't think we necessarily want to do those. I think we might want to start breaking off of these. Because we don't want to stretch our kill zone off too much. We are spreading stuff out, at least. So the wave that comes from, like, say, this isn't going to do much. Same for this one. It's 1 damage for any other soul lantern in range. Okay, so it gets buffs from the other soul lanterns. Which I think will work out. Those two can actually do each other's buffs. I think we go like that and that. Just have that be the kill box 2. Just have a bunch of soul lanterns there that deal with anything out this way. Especially since we just got a 3 pass over there. Yeah, everything up here, these two could be a threat. If I start seeing my life go down, those are going to be the primary ones we're suspicious of. I like the deck building in this, though. That helps out a ton. We're going to go for Shard Tower. Small shards gain 0.5 damage per tower level. Yes. We're going to go down this way. I think if we go there, it's going to try and turn left, which might be beneficial. I don't think we're going to be able to do too much from here, but if we can get this to turn left, we can go ahead and use this as a attack tower. I don't think we're going to be able to see, like, if we go... Oh, we don't have a chance to do that just yet. We're going to go and take Spreading Sands. How many of those? We have 10. It's like a 6%. No, it's an 8% increase. Yeah, if we put one of these here, actually it will. Yeah, we'll take it. It's not great, because the range is just meh. Most progress, least health. Yeah, it's just not going to be doing a whole hell of a lot. Are they in range of this one? Yes. So these up here are going to be getting a lot of buffs. It says it only has 1 damage, but... it's supposed to be getting more damage. Damage applied to the enemy that we dealt over time. Yeah, it seems... I think they get more damage whenever more is in range. That one's a 10. This one's a 14. It has a 4% crit chance. Okay, this is a boss wave. He's coming, yeah, from over there. Should be fine. We'll clean up a lot of the trash before it even gets here. Set one there. I think we go for more damage here as well. A little bit of DPS spot there. We've got some DPS up here. These are probably the least useful, because they've got to walk all the way the hell in there to get hit by it. But generally speaking, I don't think most of the enemies are going to get that far. It's just a nice little bit of a security net for killing out the trash. Let's go ahead and do damage and projectile speed, just to make it a little bit more aggressive. And do we go with one off of there? Just looking to see. We could do the one here. Isn't bad. And then we can start breaking off of this one. Although, right now, we're currently at wave 21. So that's 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, we have one more block to place before we start getting the seals. Now, one thing I hope they remember in the final version, and this is going to be a thing that I wholeheartedly recommend, include an endless mode from the start. People will be requesting it, I can tell you right now. Shard speed. Okay, this one goes there. And now we should just start seeing them dead end. Okay, so those guys are getting by. So we need another one of you there. Another one of you there. And we'll set up these to actually trigger all this stuff. We're going to set up clusters of the Oblivion Hourglasses. Yes, it reduces their radius. Well, it reduces the bonus to their radius. Let's put it that way. We'll go ahead and take Spreading Sands 3. Yes. The sands, they're spreading. We haven't had to heal yet on this one. I think we've had pretty much a perfect run. And it looks like, yes, we are fine. Now, as far as what else we can do, these are all shard... Oh, no, we have that. 10% chance to instantly apply a 50% spectral dot damage stacked on the enemy. Yeah, we'll take it. And yeah, now we just start building out. They'll get up here. They're probably going to die. Yeah, our AoEs are actually doing a lot of work here. We're probably going to put another one there. They're getting a little expensive. Let's go for Soul Absorption just to get it out of the deck. I don't think that's going to actually reach anything there, sadly. There is one thing that is important to remember when programming these, and I think they've actually successfully did it, is sometimes if... Yeah, you can actually bug out your own game by setting it up where it doesn't check to see how many more lines there are for the splits. You can sometimes... I have seen some of the more budget titles actually end up with extra splits at the end that you just couldn't seal, which is really tacky. Soul Lantern... do we want to do with that, or do we want to go with Void Shards? I think it's high ground. There you go. Yeah, only a couple more waves. I am always getting nervous about them coming in through here. I do find it funny that these were still proccing, even though there was no enemy there. At least I don't think there was. Let's go with duplication error. If that one does reach, this one will reach there. They just kind of like chain into each other, which I find to be quite hilarious. And I think we're going to get most of this in the void. Yeah, they can riff off of each other, and you'll see like ripples happening here even after things are dead, which is funny to me. Oh, let's go for Oblivion damage. Yeah, we're just adding those in. It's a form of entertainment for me. So we're going to set those there to help kind of deal with this. These two are still the biggest threat. But I think we've got it, especially with all of these having a chance to proc each other off. We will go with void damage. We have 2 more waves. But yeah, whenever they spawn into other trash, the fact that these are causing them each other to trigger again means that we're going to be getting rid of the trash. Sure, why not? Let us see. I'm going to get rid of you. We're going to toss that in. It's only getting it from 1 right now. Now it's getting it from 2. This should be the final wave. So now not only do we have AoEs hitting them in here like crazy, we also have damage over time eating them away while they're going through, so they don't ever have a chance to heal. And that guy is surviving, oddly enough. Not very well. A 30-minute run on the higher difficulty. I am looking forward to the full release of this. There are definitely some things that are going to be interesting on it. We could try dual path. I'm not going to do that today. Mainly because I'm doing this one in lieu of another game that just didn't feel like recording. I want to play more tower defense. I'm sorry. This is just what I want to do. So this has been another run. We did it on a higher difficulty. With the custom decks, we can actually do some fun stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing what other kinds of towers they bring out. So far, we basically have the basic shooter, which is your shard tower. We have the ice tower, which is your AoE Nova one that can co-proc itself, which is kind of neat. We have the damage over time tower, which is just a generic damage over time. I hope we eventually get to see things like a laser tower, it's usually a buzzsaw or a tornado tower, but it's one that basically travels the path. I hope we get to see some trap towers, stuff like that, and some sniper towers, etc., etc. I hope we see the usual arsenal mix. So I think we will, considering that we could select up to 3 towers. I would wager there's going to be more than 3 towers. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath, and I will see you guys next time.